was heading out to my grandma's place for the weekend to help her out around the house. I barely see her, which sucks. But we had a fun time talking and playing board games and cards. But that changed. On Saturday in the afternoon, she asked me to get firewood down in the basement to fill up her furnace to keep the house warm. There was a pretty good pile of cut wood. As I was grabbing wood, something shiny was in the dark room with no door, but just one old light bulb. I ignored it and continued to fill the furnace. I filled it up, then went back upstairs to ask her, "What's that shiny object downstairs in that dark room?" She didn't look too happy when I said that. She gave me a flashlight and told me to get it. Before I went down, she said, "Be careful." I was confused from what she said, but I went down to the basement and went to the dark room. I turned on the flashlight and pulled out a strange box. It was closed, shut by candle wax and chain wrapping it up 4 times with a lock on it. I brought it upstairs and showed her what this box was. I set it on the table to get a better look in the light, and it was a really old box. She said, "I had this when I was a kid." It had some pretty strange markings on it, on the top and bottom. Then I realized what it was. I said to her, "That's a dig boot box." Her jaw dropped when I said that, and we both looked back at it and knew what I was talking about. She was playing with a dig boot box when she was a kid, but she never told me if she opened it when she was young. So we did what we could do at that moment. We put it in a slightly bigger box, glued it shut, wrapped duct tape over the entire thing so it would never be opened again, if it's ever been opened. Then she told me to bury it as deep as I can. So I did. The hole was probably around 6 feet deep in the ground, buried with dirt and a few large stones. Every time I go there, I always think someone in the future is gonna dig the dig boot box back out and try to open it to see what's inside of it. If they do, they might not like what comes out. When I was about 10, me and my family of 6 lived in an extremely small apartment. 2 bedrooms upstairs and then a living room. When I was tired of my siblings, I would sleep downstairs. One night, I am lying on the couch, facing the front door and watching the sky through the window by the door, when a face shows up in the window, illuminated by a lighter. I freeze and the face goes away. I'm pretty relieved, thinking it was maybe our druggy neighbors seeing if my parents were still awake. When it shows up again, I try to scream. When I open my mouth, nothing came out, not a sound. The person then kicks in the door and walks in the room. He sees me, he smiles, and goes towards the kitchen. As he comes out of the kitchen with a knife, my dad makes it down the stairs and the guy boots it out of there. I still can't sleep easily on couches to this day. I was tootling across the country, mostly driven by the quest to find pretty sights. I'm not a hard driver, and I'm not about getting from point A to point B quickly. I like to get about 3 hours of driving in a day. If I push myself, I can do 5. That's really my limit. I also don't want to drive at night. One day I was getting to my end point, and the evening was setting in soon. I stopped at a truck stop and was deciding if I should push on or sleep the night. The goal was to get to this campground with some cool rock formations in the river. I wish I could remember what it was called. It was something dreadful, and I should have taken it into consideration, but my quest for pretty sights was winning out. I decided to push on because I would make it there just in time for sunset, and then I could spend the next day relaxing there. As for the name, it was something like Murder Rock near Ambush Campground. I don't know what I was thinking. I get to the campsite, put my money in their trust deposit box, and make my way to the park. It was wintertime, so there was snow on the ground, but the roads were clear. No other campers were anywhere to be seen. I park and hop out for some cool sunset photos, but don't explore too far, as it would be dark soon enough. Going back to my vehicle, I found the washroom. I will flush toilet with joy. I go in, take care of business, and look around. They have showers too. Nice, I thought to myself. I run to see if it works and has hot water. Suddenly, I hear voices clearly outside the bathroom. One says he went in there, and the other said, "Okay, let's wait." I figure it's the camp attendant making sure I paid and whatnot. I turn off the shower, head to the door, and no one is there. I look in the snow, no footsteps, but there was a door to the other washroom. but I feel uneasy. I decide I should head back to my vehicle. I get to it and do a quick scan for footprints around my space. Only mine. Okay. I climb in and just feel so unsettled. I definitely heard voices clearly articulate words. I would like to logically say that pipes had air bubbles and they made noises, but pipe noises are not English words. I sat there for a little and tried to relax and shake it off, but I couldn't. I sent some messages to friends just to get a feeler for how freaked out I should be. Everyone agreed I should be freaked out and that I was dumb to go to a murder rock and ambush campground. One friend called me and talked me out of the situation. She said, "Here's what I need you to do." She then asked, "Can you see the driver's seat?" I said, "Yes." She then said, "Okay, do you have keys?" I said, "Yes." "Can you get to the driver's seat with your keys?" "Yes." She then said, "Okay, with me on the phone, I want you to get into your driver's seat and start the bus." "Okay," I said. I got it started. Great, now put it into gear and drive out there. I went back to the truck stop and had a nice sleep, but damn, that freaked me out so much. So glad my friend just told me what to do and get me out of there. There was no telling what those people wanted to do to me. I'm glad I got out of there, but I fear for the next people who may end up there.